folks, and welcome to Solarcabin channel. Welcome to my luxurious indoor greenhouse swimming pool. And I am just loving it right now. I'm floating inside this. It's early spring still, but I put up this greenhouse and I got this 8-foot wide swimming pool, which I'm also going to convert into a hot tub. And I come in here. What I set this up for is so that I can come in here any time of day, and I love to just float and exercise. I love to bounce and just float around in a swimming pool, either when it's cool like it is right now, to cool off on a hot summer day, or at night I'm going to have this set up so I can raise the temperature up to about 100 degrees for a hot tub. And this thing's 8 feet wide, so I can get, I could probably get 10 people in here, but 6 people. Now this whole system, the greenhouse and the swimming pool with the swimming pool pump, was under $200. Okay, and I'll show you around the greenhouse. But the greenhouse is made by Best Choice Products, and I had a video on my channel showing how to construct it. But it is 7 feet wide and it is 15 feet long, and the swimming pool is about 8 foot wide, so it did push out the sides just a little bit, just a couple inches on each side, but not much. And actually helps hold the greenhouse down, so it didn't do any damage, and actually makes the greenhouse better supported. But I absolutely love this right now. Oh man, homesteading is nothing but work, work, work. That's all we ever do. We never get to play. So anyway, I thought you might enjoy seeing this project. Now this is a project and an experiment, because I'm doing something that really I've never done before, but I'm using passive solar energy, free energy from the sun, so I don't have to have a 110 motor or anything like that involved. And so it's an experiment to see exactly what I can do here in this greenhouse to make the swimming pool so that I can use it. And I'm hoping to make it so I can use it all year long. But if not, if I can only use it for 3 seasons, that's great too. And, this is excellent. And I can tell you now, I've got bad knees and a bad back, like a lot of you old farts. And so I get in here, and this is a great way to exercise, just float around. And, when it gets hot, when I get this so it's a hot tub, I'll be able to soak in this and take some of the strain off of my old joints and bones. And it also allows me, to get cooled off in the summer, so this is excellent. So I'm going to show you a little bit around what I'm planning on doing. For one thing, I'm going to put a couple of palm trees. I'm going to get a couple of those fake palm trees. I'm going to put up a couple of fake palm trees and some of those Christmas lights, solar Christmas lights across the top that don't take any energy. So at nighttime when I come out here and soak in the hot tub, you'll have the ambiance of a really nice hot tub, and have your friends out here, drink a few brewskis, and then on this other end I'm going to have 2 double platform, double shelf growing racks, growing stands, so I can put my plants. And what I'm going to use this for in the springtime, I can get out here in May or even sooner, and I can get my plants started, and get them growing in a nice sheltered greenhouse. Now I checked the temperature in here at noon. The temperature inside the greenhouse is right about 95 degrees. It was only about 78 outside. So it's got about a 15 degree temperature difference from the outside temperature to the inside temperature. It has roll-up doors. It has these screens. You can open up these screens. It's got screens on both sides. You just roll up these little doors, and you can get cross ventilation. So if you want to keep it cooler in here for your plants, which like about 80 degrees, you can open up those screen vents and you can just let the air flow in. I may add a vent up at the top of the ceiling up there, but the door does roll up that's on that end. And so, you get good air circulation in here. But it's really nice when you get out. You don't have the cold breeze blowing on you. You know how you get out of a swimming pool and the cold breeze is blowing on you. It's really annoying. Or you got bugs dive bombing you, or birds or whatever. In a greenhouse, the swimming pool's protected. And it's just a really nice feel to it. You feel very secure, and also the swimming pool gets much warmer. Now the swimming pool water in here right now was right around 70 degrees. It was about 90 inside the greenhouse and about 70 degrees in the water. And the pool has only been filled up since last night, so I'm guessing that with the cover on it, in a couple of days, this swimming pool will probably be closer to 80 degrees. Probably by tomorrow, because it's still raising up. This is about 690 gallons of water, so it's going to take a few days to bring that temperature up. Now you can also get a more expensive, what they call a portable hot tub, or a blow-up hot tub, inflatable, but they run about $369, and I may still end up getting one of those, but I really like the bigger swimming pool in here. But you can get 4 people in one of those, and they only hold about 250 gallons of water, so they would actually heat up faster, and they have heavier white sidewalls and a heavier lid that's designed to hold the heat in, so it would actually warm up faster because it's a smaller amount of water. And you know, a system like that comes with the pump and everything like that. But I'm trying to do this without having to run any 110 volt. You can't run a hot tub pump off of an inverter because they take too many watts. You could, but it would take a great big solar system. I don't want to go that route. So I'm trying to heat this up as much as possible with the natural greenhouse. And then I'm also going to add a solar water heater panel, which is one of those black panels that has kind of like a black hose running through it. I'm going to add one of those to it and see how much that brings up the temperature, and I'll update you on my videos. And then if I still can't get it up to where I'm comfortable, then what I'm going to do is add a propane EcoTemp L5 water heater and heat it up with that. And you can raise that up about 2 degrees a minute. So in 30 minutes you should be able to raise the temperature. If the temperature in here is already 60 degrees, I should be able to raise the temperature up to 100 to 104 degrees in, you know, a half hour to 45 minutes using the little EcoTemps for a few pennies in propane. And I'll show you, I've got a solar panel set up out here. I'm going to hook up a DC 12-volt battery to run the pump, and that way I can keep the filter pump running without having to hook into my house system. I got one separate 100-watt panel that I'm going to hook up to that. Alright, so this is the swimming pool, hot tub exercise pool, and it's about 30 inches, as you can see, sitting straight down on the floor. I'm up to my shoulders, which is a good height for a hot tub. And then it's got this inflatable ring at the top, so you just lean against it. You could easy 10 people in here sitting in this thing, and you wouldn't be bumping knees and everything with everybody. It's nice big exercise. Plus you can do your exercise. I could lay out and, you know, move my arms and stroke them back and forth. I can lay on my back and float. You know, you can just hang out in the sunshine. So it's a beautiful and wonderful thing. So I thought you would enjoy this project and kind of see how I entertain myself on the homestead. You can see that. How many rich people do you know have an indoor swimming pool, hot tub, greenhouse? Not too many. But you now know a homesteader that does. Alright folks, I hope you liked this video. And I will keep you updated as I get farther along on the project. I'm going to keep you updated. So I will show you here real quickly some of the things that I'm going to do that I haven't accomplished yet. But I thought you would appreciate seeing this. Okay, so this will give you a better perspective of the swimming pool. And it is 8 foot wide, and it's supposed to be about 30 inches, but I think it's filled up. It's probably only closer to maybe 28 inches. And here you can see the inside of the greenhouse. I got my little solar light up there for now. And like I said, I'm going to put some of those Christmas lights, solar lights in here, the kind that flash on and off, you know, kind of give it that ambience thing. But it has plenty of room. It only bowed out the side rail over there just a little bit. Didn't bow it out at all on that side, so it fit in here. I was worried about that being 8 foot because this is only a 7 foot greenhouse, and it might bow it out too much. But it didn't affect it. It won't hurt it at all. That'll come right back in place as soon as I get done. And you can see on this side, now I haven't done anything in here yet except I put in my patio block. Now what I've got is, these are actually all recycled. I didn't pay a penny for these. I went down, was going downtown, and here was this little old lady who was digging up her sidewalk, a neighbor lady, and I stopped and asked her what she was doing because I could see there was a bunch of patio blocks stacked there. And she says, I need to get these patio blocks out of here because they're going to come pour a cement pad for her. And I said, well, I'll gladly dig those up if I can have the patio blocks. She says, sure, that's a deal. So I dug up about 35 of these really nice patio blocks. These are the kind they sell for about $5.50 a piece. I got about $100 worth of these patio blocks for nothing. Now, they're badly stained, but who cares? I don't care what they look like as long as they're solid, and they make a nice, really solid floor platform in here for the pool. And then on this side and the other side here, I'm going to be putting in a planting racks. And there'll be those 2 shelf. I'm going to make them. They'll be 6 feet long, and they'll be with 2 shelves so that I can put plants when I'm starting plants. in here, and I'll start my plants in the spring, and then I'll transfer them out into my raised beds later. Now I'll show you on the outside of this kind of what it looks like. This is the greenhouse. I'll have to back up here a little bit. That's the greenhouse. It is 7 foot wide, 12 foot long, made by Best Choice Products, and I paid $115 for the greenhouse on Amazon with free shipping. And I do another video on my channel if you want to take a look at how that goes together. Went together really smooth, and a good product. I think it'll last at least a couple of seasons. And you can see I've got a 100-watt solar panel. Actually, I think that's a 120-watt solar panel down there that I'm going to be hooking up my DC battery and then a water pump so that I can circulate the water, and also maybe run a radio and some other things in there, some gadgets I might be using for 12 volt. But I want to be able to circulate the water through that water heating panel when I get it, and so that's what that is there for. And you know, it has a little bit of a green tint, but the plastic is actually clear plastic. It has a mesh inside the plastic that is green, and that kind of gives it a green tint, but the mesh is just there to hold the plastic together. I think it will last you know, at least a couple of seasons. I'm guessing I should get out of this. If I have to add some plastic to it, I can always drape it with some additional plastic in a couple of seasons. You know, greenhouse plastic isn't going to last forever no matter how good a plastic it is. And it does have a door that rolls up, and it's got 8 windows, which I really like. It's got these Velcro windows, which I'll show you here real quick. It's got these windows that have Velcro on them, and you just roll them up and roll them down, and you can tie them just like you do a tent door. You just roll them up, and it's got 8 of them. It's got 1 on each, or 4 on each side, so you can get good cross air ventilation. And the door opens up, so you can get, I've noticed that when I open up the door, the temperature drops right down in there to a very comfortable, right around 80 degrees in there. And it is still early spring. Our daytime temperature today only hit about 80 degrees. And it took quite a while to do that. You know, it was about noon or so before it finally got up there. But here, before long, we'll be getting up into the 80s every day, 85, 90. But it stays there, around there, all summer long. We don't get the extreme heat that a lot of you get in other areas. Our highest temperature here during the summer, if we get up above 90, it's a dang hot day here. We don't usually hit that. And rarely do we get close to 100. You know, so somewhere around between 80 and 90 is our average summer temperature, which is a good temperature, and should heat up that pool just enough to make it really comfortable. And so that's my project. And this is an ongoing project and experiment. So as I work on the project, I'll update you and give you more videos, show you what I do with it, because I'm having a lot of fun with this project and really enjoying getting in there and swimming and soaking in that tub. Alright folks, I hope you like this video. Please do like my videos, subscribe to my channel so you can stay updated as to when I add new videos, and visit my website, simplesolarhomesteading.com. Lots of new projects on there. I've got a Red Hawk micro cabin. I've got a Wombat micro camper. I've got free homeless shelter plans on there, and just a whole bunch of other cabins and projects. Plus, I've got a package deal for $10. You can get all my older work, my 355-page ebook that has my cabin plans in it. You know, so go to my website and check it out. If you've never been there, I think you'll be surprised. You can also see a lot of client cabins and off-grid projects that people have built from my plans. So you can see that my designs are not just in my head. People actually do build them, and they work very well. All right, folks, have a great day, and thanks for stopping by my swimming pool.